everything we've done with our professional teams, all four of them we've had one eye on the future, because the now has been difficult to discuss and generate interest in. But the future can be fascinating. With the Pistons draft class and Sadiq Bey and Killian Hayes and Cade Cunningham, Beef Stew, and some of these parts that they've brought in has been an interesting watch. The Tigers with Torkelson and Green and Mize and Manning and Skubal has been an interesting watch. And there's mounting evidence that these teams could have bright-ish futures. And last year, the Red Wings were not an interesting watch. But this year, the belief is Mo Seider could make the team out of training camp. And when Jacob Vrana got hurt, people were like, well, maybe it opens up a roster spot for Lucas Raymond. And Jeff Blashill, the head coach of the Red Wings, said he's got to make it so obvious that even my wife knows he belongs on the roster, which is his way of saying somebody who doesn't do this for a living needs to know. And watching last night, oh my God, it looks like he belongs on this roster. And I'm debating, do I go all in and say this is the best Detroit prospect of all our teams? All of our teams. Better than Penei Sewell, better than Spencer Torkelson, better than Riley Green, better than Cade Cunningham. I'm trying to make that decision. Like, how good do I think this kid can be? So I reached out to an agent, an insider, and a scout. I said, is this guy as much of a stud as I think he is? The agent said he should be. He's a very elite player. The insider said he's been consistent. And the scout said, well, that was not an AHL lineup that the Blackhawks put out there last night. Meaning Lucas Raymond looked dangerous as hell against an NHL team. Not an AHL preseason team, an NHL team. Helene St. James in the Freep wrote today, Lucas Raymond is making it awfully hard for Detroit to not have him on their opening day roster. Ted Kulfin of the Detroit News, it was Raymond's exciting ability that will make the Wings' decision so difficult in the days ahead. If you watched the game last night, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Not only did he look like he belonged, he looked dangerous. And there's a lot, man. There's a lot you got to do. You want your players to play all 200 feet of the ice, and you want to be able to have them go in the corners and go to the dirty spots that help you win. But when the puck is on his stick, it's different, man. This is, I mean, everybody thought Mo Seider would be the first to get here and make an impact. I think it's going to be Lucas Raymond. Wow.
Now, you're obviously entitled to feel however you want to feel, Doug. I just want to know, because,
Yep.
Being measured, trying to be measured here.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Lucas Raymond has talent. It's, one of the young players that the Wings are hoping to, cash in on.
Yep.
After one game.
Well, he's played more than one game. This is
against
the one,
regulars.
Yeah, this is one game against regulars where, yes. Yep.
Don't you feel it's I know it's early, obviously. Do you have to go there now?
No.
Like,
I'm going there, though.
Because we know that what separates good players and great players and even bad players is consistency. Do it more than once.
Yep.
Do it over a long period of time. Even bad players, professional players, can have a game that's great.
And you're going to see people get more physical with them in the regular season than they would in the preseason, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know if Lucas Raymond, maybe I hope he's going to be really good, but I guess it's so early to call it after. I know, hey, this is calling your shot, though.
I'm calling the shot. Do you know how this works? You get more street cred the earlier you call it. I'm calling it. I think this guy's going to be great. I think he's going to be great. And here's the biggest difference is the lineup they put out there. Sure, I mean, you could think that beforehand, but I wanted to see him against a legit NHL team, and he absolutely looks like he belongs. And I think he's going to be great.
I don't have a problem with you saying he's going to be great.
And here's the other thing. I followed it up by talking to people that know more than I do, And all of them
They helped
agreed.
cement
They
what you
all agreed, yep.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with you or anyone else that's going to say, you know what, I think Lucas Raymond's going to be great. I guess the issue I have, if I have any, would be like, but you said you followed up with other sources and stuff
I have less evidence than the 3 people I checked with, a scout, an agent, and an insider, and they were all on board.
Yeah. I mean, for anyone else that just says, well, you know what, I've seen enough against the Blackhawks regulars.
Yeah.
That's a bit premature to just base it off that. Not that you are just basing it off that.
That's why I reached out to find out was this ridiculous? Was it ridiculous to feel this positive about a guy after what amounts to 1 game against NHL regulars? And the response I got was, no, it's not.